Support for the show can be you. Go to patreon.lux.b and sign up there to get access to ad-free shows and a lot of other behind-the-scenes goodies. Lux Media just relaunched the merch shop, and there's a lot of new stuff going up all the time. Shop.lvx.be and get yourself hooked up. Patreon subscribers, that's patreon.lvx.be, get 20% off codes every single month. So it's ad-free and it's discounts. I don't know what else more you want.
Hello and
Welcome
welcome to
Alternate
f***ing
Casuals.
What makes you
fucking
casual?
it don't matter.
What you know.
Fucking
Oh, let's get fucking into it. Come on. Energy. Let's do it, Leo. You can do it. Fucking ultimate fucking casuals.
Fuck it.
Ultimate fucking casuals. We are back up in your ears. Did you do anything nice with your, should we say weekend off? Nathan, Isaac, the homies? You do anything fun?
I didn't do anything crazy. I toured wedding venues. That was what I did.
Ooh.
Oh, nice. Which is fun in its own right, but it's a lot of details. So.
Yeah, that'd be stressful. I hear it's one of the most difficult things you can do. Is planning a wedding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
logistical nightmare.
I think once the date is saved and the venue's picked out, it'll be a lot easier. I've never been married before, so
Yeah, same.
I guess I don't know. I won't know until I know.
Nothing on the boxing side of the street. There's some kinda stuff that'll be coming up, but it's not really worth pointing out here. So let's get down to business. Recaps. We're starting just really quickly. ONE Fight Night 29. I didn't watch the whole thing because there weren't a whole lot of fights that I wanted to see, and I didn't want to sit through the whole thing. But Ank Orgil Batarhu, the Mongolian bantamweight guy, solid as always. Go him. And in the main event, RJ tagged Alicia Rodriguez, beats Sheer Cohen, beats her ass. First round was very competitive. I would say Sheer won it. But after that, once Alicia turned it up, it was game over. Moving on. March 8th, UFC 313. Funeral March. Guess I'm not going to be playing the old Poeton walkout song. So let's go from the bottom up. As always, stop me if you need to. Ozzy Diaz, UD over Jordan Santos. Very fun.
This was a great fight, by the way.
Yeah, very, very
Great
fun.
fight. Dude, they've got some chins on them, I gotta say. These guys were getting some shots, some serious shots.
Oh, speaking of eating,
especially in the third round.
Oh, the third round?
Yes, I mean, in the third round, man, Santos was hurt really bad, and I don't know how he stayed up. I'm not gonna lie. That was an insane fight, but yeah, a very good card opener.
It was the same way, I think, towards the end of the first, when Santos was just teeing off on Diaz, and I didn't know how he was surviving all of it. But
yeah,
very fun back and forth. The right guy won.
Yeah, I think both the prelim and the main card introductory fights were insanely good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of the right guy winning, Myron Santos split decision over Francis Marshall? ? I don't think so, buddy.
Bigger robbery. The what do you call it? The majority draw between Roach and Tank, or Marshall losing here.
For significance, it would be the boxing one, but just by the eye test, I guess, of which one would look worse, I'd say this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think the live odds had Marshall a massive favorite. So I mean, if you took Santos on live odds, I think one of the last things I saw, he was like plus 700 on live
I
odds
remember
for
that
the
number.
decision. I mean, yeah, I mean, I thought he was about to lose. I'm like, and I wanted him to win, but I thought he was about to lose.
Same. Exact same scenario for me. Moving up, Carlos Leal, KO1 over Alex Morono. I don't give a shit if the ref stepped in and that makes it a technical. Absolutely not. Leal just beat the shit out of him from beginning to end, and that shit was not even marginally competitive. Alex,
Yeah, I think
GFL is hiring, I think.
it's safe to say he was out on his feet. Like,
Yes.
I mean, that's a correct assumption.
The way he looked when he was backed up. Somebody, I don't remember who was saying, I think it was RGF saying that, well, if the referee stepped in earlier, people would just complain about that. And they would, like, he was still in the fight. Like, he looked like in a car lot inflatable arm flailing tube, man. He was all over the place. That should have been stopped a little earlier. For Alex's sake, if nothing else.
Yeah, he's eating some shots. A little too tough for his own good.
Ooh, speaking about too tough, Bruno Ferreira submits Armin Petrosian in the second. Too tough, like taking, how many nut shots did he take? 3? 2?
Dude, it was. I think it was.
I don't know. I feel like every other kick felt like a nut shot, but yeah, it was a lot.
Dude, the second, I think it was the second nut shot. Dude, that was a brutal one. It was like straight cup. There was no, it didn't hit the leg to like absorb some of the impact. It was just like full shin or foot to sack. I mean, it was really bad. Yeah, it was really bad. Yeah, man. I mean, I honestly thought he was about to lose the fight in the second round just because he was being outstruck so bad. But I mean, that takedown, it didn't look that pretty, but he got that armbar locked in pretty nice, and it was over quick. It was over quick in the second round.
The Hulk continues to smash, and capping off the prelims.
Yeah.
Joshua Van, UD over who? Tsuruya. Because who the fuck was that? That was not a combat sports athlete that I witnessed. That was I'm not sure how else to put it. That was terrible.
Yeah. They mentioned that, how do you pronounce his last name? Tsuruya?
Tsuruya, yeah.
Yeah, they said that he won the road to UFC. Like he was the flyweight champion out of that series. But man, I gotta say,
man, bro's the champion.
That is pure. He was purely wrestling. There was like no striking going on as part of his game plan. I know he's a late replacement, but I mean, bruh, he looked really rough. And I mean, Van came there to fight. I mean, he looked really sharp in the striking. His takedown defense was on point. And even like, after the fight, he ended up tweeting that he should have done more. He should have been able to get the stoppage. I mean, I don't know, man. I've been high on Van. I saw him fight his debut in the UFC. But man, he looks really improved here. He could be. I'm not saying he's gonna be champion or anything, but he could be like a contender in this division.
It was a pretty lopsided fight. The one thing I remember like vividly was when he kind of had Ray pinned down and he was just like hammer fisting the body like 20 straight times.
Oh yeah,
that was silly.
How late of a replacement was Ray?
It wasn't like super short notice, but I mean, I want to say like 2 weeks or something like that.
I'm sure they looked at some info about Van, how he struggled with wrestlers in the past.
Yeah, I mean his debut. His debut there were some issues with the takedowns, but man, that did not exist in this fight. I can tell you that. Very good takedown defense.
Anything more for the prelim section? Mauricio Hufi. What word to put? That somebody put it in the chat and it was great. Is you need to change your name back to Bobby because that was not king shit. that was sad.
That was like was peasant shit, man.
Yeah.
That was like
Peasant green.
that was a seriously like a factory reset, knockout of the year, like incredible start to the main card, but also just like a moment of like Green should be thinking about retirement after that. Like he's what is he at? I guess he's a fight away from 50 total fights in the UFC, so maybe he'll do that at least. Maybe he's even said he wants to do that, but like, man, that's a lot of damage to take at his age. That's some crazy work.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, the knockout spectacular. I feel like we gotta say that definition of a highlight reel KO. But man, dude, Bobby Green has been KO'd somewhat brutally a few times. Jalen Turner, that took years off his life. Whenever Jalen Turner KO'd Green, but this man, I mean, full like spinning wheel kick. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, it was beautiful, but he got put out cold. I mean, I think they were saying he broke his nose whenever he fell forward, like onto the canvas. I mean,
ouch.
He's getting up there in age. I mean, I think retirement is something you at least have to start considering. Like, one more and that's it. If you want to stay fighting, like you can't do this forever.
What's the chances he ends up in GFL? This not a joke. This time, seriously. What are the chances?
Well, man, I'd give it a 30% chance. That's possible.
It's probably likely. I feel like he might have like a Tony Ferguson type of trajectory, not like with the same level of like stardom, but just the fact I think he actually enjoys fighting a lot. So I mean, I think he's gonna try to stick around, and if it's not in UFC, it's probably gonna be in another organization, and GFL might be that.
Feel bad when you see this kind of thing happen over and over.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a few extra months earlier where you're gonna not recognize who your family is anymore. Your brain getting shut off like this.
Just gotta be careful.
Moving up, Amanda Lemouche, or Lemouche, that's what they were saying. Gasiudi over Yasmin Lucindo. Karmic Justice, finally. Yasmin's on the other side of the decision.
Unfortunately, this was the start of the midness of this card, of the main event card anyway. But this was like, I mean, snooze fest. Like, seriously, like struggling to keep my eyes open.
Yeah, not a good outing from like Yasmin. Just had no answers to anything.
Yeah, I would agree.
And moving up, I'm not sure how mid this was because Ignacio Bahamondes versus Jalen Turner, submission in the first. Very well done. It's quick.
Yeah.
So
I'm not gonna lie, I was not aware that Bahamondes had grappling.
Yeah,
like,
I
I'd
don't
never
think
seen
anyone
it
was
in his previous fights. But man, he locked that triangle choke in really fast. And man, I mean, it's quick first round. I mean, he could probably turn around and do a quick fight just because, I mean, there was not much damage taken in this fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, GG. Not much to learn other than he's got grappling now.
Jalen Turner hangs it up.
Yeah, that was pretty
that was
shocking.
Actually really weird. Yeah.
I mean,
that was really weird to see.
He is still a ranked fighter, or was. He was ranked 13th. He probably, maybe he would have dropped out of the top 15. Maybe not. But still, like, just lost to Moicano. I don't know. Actually, honestly, looking back at his last couple fights, what is this? He's 1-4. Am I reading that right? 2.
Yeah, I think
3, 4. Yeah, 1. Okay, so 1-4. That makes more sense, I guess. But still, at 29 years old, still under UFC contract, not at risk of being cut, has some good wins. That wasn't something I was shocked to see, but I respect it. Right? It's very difficult for people to walk away from the sport, and they often walk away way too late. So, if he's going to walk away a couple years earlier, I think I would prefer that.
I gotta say, it is weird though, because like, I don't know if you guys remember the Moicano fight, but there was a point where he had Moicano like super rocked. He had knocked him down, and he could have gotten the finish, but instead he wanted like this like highlight reel finish, walk away KO, and ended up turning around, and Moicano was able to get the the win away from Turner. It's just sort of weird, like the trajectory that things could have taken if he would have been, smarter and just gotten the legit finish instead of trying to go for something flashy. Just sort of unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, if he doesn't want to do it anymore, then he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, better too early than too soon or too late.
Yeah, exactly.
Support for this episode is from Malwarebytes. Protecting yourself online is an absolute must, and it takes a lot more than just an antivirus to keep yourself safe in an ever-evolving world of attack sophistication. I've been working in IT for almost 20 years, and I've been trusting my personal network security to Malwarebytes for most of it. The browser add-on is another nice feature that keeps your system healthy if, let's just say, you want to watch sports on less than reputable websites. Combine that with real-time 24/7 intrusion detection and you're already cooking. I have the standard subscription package, which includes 24/7 malware protection, ad blocking, and protection from ransomware and phishing attacks. I use this on all of the computers that are in my network and even my phone. If you want to step it up to the Plus package, you'll also get the VPN in addition to everything else, which is, useful for watching random sports in Japan or Eastern Europe, if you are so inclined to do that. Start your 14-day free trial today and see the range of options Malwarebytes has to offer. And when, not if, you're impressed and ready to get the subscription, go to mwb.lux.b, get 50% off your subscription. mwb.lvx.be. Moving up, Justin Gaethje, UD over late replacement Rafael Fiziev. Very fun, very game Fiziev, super short notice, and he was fantastic, all things considered. Whatever rehab he's doing, it's working.
It was a fun fight. It sort of had like the same trajectory that the first fight had, where like the first round was Fiziev. He took the round, albeit there was less action in this first round than there was in the first fight. The second round, Justin Gaethje makes some adjustments. He wins the second round, and then the third round, we get a pretty close round where, Fiziev was able to get some action going early on in the third round, landing some nice, damaging, significant shots against Gaethje. But then Gaethje sort of picks it up in the back half of the third round and is able to, make a case for him winning the third round, pretty strong case for him winning the third round. I think live I scored it 2-1 for Justin. I feel like you could probably debate Fiziev winning the third round maybe, but this is not a robbery in any capacity. Very fun fight though, gotta say. Some nice striking exchanges. That uppercut absolutely changed the fight though. The uppercut that Fiziev landed in the second round, or not Fiziev, the uppercut that Gaethje landed in the second round, yeah. That absolutely changed the trajectory of the fight. He had him hurt.
And I will say, I'm actually, both guys surprised me. I was going into this fight thinking two things. One, that Fiziev would be mega washed because we haven't heard about him or even really talked about him for over a year, or a year and a half really. And so I really didn't know what to expect from him. Maybe a simpler style, if anything. More of a plotting kind of approach. And then from Gaethje's side, I was also expecting his chin to not be okay after the Holloway knockout. He hasn't done anything since, but that's at his stage in his career. I thought, would we see lingering damages from that? And we got the opposite. On Fiziev's end, he was just as athletic, maybe even more explosive than he was before he blew his knee out. Total complete recovery and back to being potentially an elite fighter. And then Gaethje, he was still able to go to war with someone and win. The guy's just made out of steel, I guess. So
he seemed more composed almost in this fight, a little bit less reckless than he was in the first fight. Yeah, like you said, he looked good. He was not, I think it's safe to say that he is back from the injury.
I don't have a whole lot to add. That was excellent fight. The second round was going in Fiziev's way before that uppercut landed. That was really surprising. He was able to turn it around like that, but very cool to see. Big ups to Gaethje. for turning it around. Turning around was looking like a competitive loss, instead becomes a competitive win.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say, speaking of competitive, at least not earnestly. Magomed Ankalaev takes the title off of Alex Pereira. Not
Ooh, two
not
thumbs down.
not nearly what I was expecting out of AP. I was confident. I believed. I've been had.
Yeah. This is, like I said, this is an RIP, man. I really wanted Alex to win this fight. We knew it was going to be sort of one of his toughest tests at light heavyweight. But man, I am interested. How did you guys have like the scorecards? Like, how did you guys score it live?
3-2 Ankalaev, but I was also being really generous to AP.
I kind of had it. I had the first round and the fifth round for AP, and the second round and the fourth round for Ankalaev. I think those are pretty undisputable rounds as far as scoring goes. As soon as the third round ended, I kind of was leaning AP, but it was, I wasn't confident in all with that. So I feel like 3-2 Ankalaev makes perfect sense. I don't think it's a robbery by any means. I don't think it's an unreasonable scorecard. But on my initial viewing, not what I was maybe also hoping that AP just won that as opposed to scoring it objectively.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it a similar way, like you said, 1-5 for Alex, 2-4 for Ankh, and then the third was sort of a toss up that I gave to Alex live. But I mean, you could easily give that to Ankh live. This is not a robbery. I mean, it was just simple. There was not enough offense coming up from Alex. And Ankalaev, I mean, whether you enjoy watching it or not, I mean, he had some nice control time throughout the fight. I mean, bro, if we want to be real, Alex was sort of neutralized in this fight. And if you think about the biggest moment, and if you think about the biggest moment in this fight, it was at the end of the second round, Ankalaev hitting Alex with a left hook.
Rocked him.
I think it was a left hook and rocked him. I mean, that was the biggest moment in this fight. Yeah. There's not enough.
I think part of it was a tactical error on AP's part. I think he looked at that fight and said, "I'm better off waiting to counter and waiting for Ankalaev to jump in." The problem was, Ankalaev was really, really intelligent as to when he decided to blitz in, and whenever he left, he wasn't, or whenever he jumped in like that, he wasn't greedy. Like, he went in, got his change, got out, right? He didn't stick around and stay in the pocket and let AP just tee off on him or get into a wild exchange, which sucks because Alex had every skill he needed to win this fight. If you had told me before this fight that Ankalaev shoots 12 takedowns and AP stuffs every single one of them, I'm thinking AP's winning by knockout. He is winning a wide decision. That's exactly the kind of wrestling we wanted to see from Alex. And this is the best wrestler he's ever fought. It wasn't like these are weak, do-nothing takedowns. These were serious attempts that he stuffed. But in spite of doing that, he didn't have the offense when the fight broke back out to the cage. And he had plenty of opportunities. It wasn't like a 5-round lay and pray. There was only one round where Ankalaev just really, put the pressure on it and just held him against the cage. He had 4 other rounds to figure something out, and he wasn't able to do it.
Yeah. Everything you said is true. Just did not make any adjustments. And, the fight, Ankalaev controlled that fight in its entirety. It's just as simple as that.
The forward pressure from Ankalaev was something that I did not expect. And what I didn't expect about it was for AP to start trying to fight off the back foot. I think that happened mostly in the late third, fourth round. Am I remembering that right?
Yeah, it seemed like Ankalaev sort of respected or not Ankalaev. It seemed like Alex respected Ankalaev's power. Like maybe, I mean, I know he got rocked, but he was almost just intimidated to string anything together offensively. And like, I mean, we saw him early on go pretty hard with the leg kicks. I mean, by the end of the first round, I thought Ankalaev's leg was cooked.
He was struggling.
His leg was super red. I mean, you could see there was some limping. I mean, but it was sort of weird. After the first round ended, I mean, you didn't really get any more leg kicks coming from Alex. So, yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I mean, fair play to Ankalaev, and he won the fight, and now he did what he said he was gonna do.
Yeah,
and it's not like he was laying and praying on Alex the entire fight. I mean, he stood there and striked with Pereira.
He did have him on the, maybe not laying and praying, but he held them on the fence quite a bit. It's like he was just running.
Yeah, in the fourth round. Yeah, in the fourth round, I think he just wanted to secure one easy round and try to like tire out Alex. But the fourth round, that was he had the Mario Batista game plan.
Yeah,
is what that was.
It was also kind of reminiscent of like Masvidal versus Usman 1, where Usman just wanted. I mean, that was like more extreme than this one. Like Usman really did hold him up against the cage for 5 straight rounds, but you could tell that part of Ankalaev's plan was, we're going to be smart on the feet. We're going to be, just in and out on our attacks. We're not going to linger in the pocket, and then in the latter stage of the fight, really lean on the wrestling once he's tired and like maybe swinging more for the fences to try and get back in the fight. And it worked like totally according to plan.
Yeah, it's disappointing. I think this is the first time I've seen personal favorite lose. I'm trying to remember if I've ever seen this at this level anyway. It's unfortunate. The hype train. Is it derailed? Is this like a hard stop?
Oh, I think the fantasy fight hype train has been derailed. Like, he's not going up to heavyweight and he's not fighting Tom or Jones. Like, that's never going to happen. But this fight was also like really, really close. Like, this is a 1-round fight swing from being an Alex victory. And if they go and do the rematch next, which I think is the only fight that really makes sense at light heavyweight, both guys have more or less cleared everyone else out. If they do the rematch and Alex wins and this becomes a trilogy, like, this is just another moment where Alex is able to, improve his game and kind of regain his championship glory. So hype train not derailed. If he got like mogged in the rematch, that would be the actual end of the hype train. But he's got another opportunity here, probably coming up here in the next couple months.
Yeah. Like Nathan said, the heavyweight shit is dead. Which may end up being like sort of a good thing, just for what we want to see at heavyweight. But I do think they actually try to go for the rematch next. And I mean, if he wins, I mean, you sort of gain some of the hype back, but the invincibility is sort of gone.
Yeah.
For now, at least.
Yeah, I remember saying a few months ago that it doesn't look like anyone can stop him or anyone can beat him. I would remember clearly thinking that way. And yeah, he's human again. It's not.
Yeah, this very well, like, it could be. I mean, we're not going to know it until his next performance, but it could be the end of like the Pereira era in the UFC. It very well could be.
Yeah, it's a matter of like, can you rebound the way a real champion does, or a real champion has to? But yeah, the AP versus Usyk, that shit's over. All the circus fights are over, so that's good.
Yeah.
Anything more for 313?
Rip.
Support for this episode is from Ramen Bay. Whether you're a student living in a dorm, busy professional grabbing a quick lunch, or simply a ramen enthusiast looking for an easy upgrade, Ramen Bay is the answer. It's not just about convenience, it's about quality. Made with only the finest ingredients, freeze-dried to lock in the freshness and the flavor, each packet is a carefully crafted concoction to deliver a balanced and delicious taste. If you enjoy ramen, like actual ramen, with good broth, good noodles, good flavor, these additions are a must. My personal favorites, the enoki mushrooms add a lovely little crunch that hides inside of the noodles, and the oyster mushrooms make the flavor rich and makes the meal feel a lot heartier. The original blends are also pretty good. I recommend checking out the kimchi style, just my suggestion. Pour it into the water as you're boiling your noodles up and you're good to go. Say goodbye to bland, boring bullshit and hit up the bay for ramen and chill. If you want to get 10% off every order and you want to help us out a little bit in the process, go to ramen.lux.b. Gotta be honest with you, as I'm finishing recording this, I'm about to go make some. Thinking about enoki mushrooms got me grumbling a little bit. So check out the Ramen Bay with this link, ramen.lvx.be. Get 10% off every order. All right. That's where some fun stuff goes. Into previews. UFC Fight Night 255 in London at the O2 Arena. Anybody on the heavyweights on the prelims that we're talking about?
Loner Kavanaugh for sure. He's kind of he's one of the guys that the UFC is taking a liking to and is trying to promote.
Yeah, I
so
remember
expect
seeing his last fights. They were good.
Yeah.
He's fighting Felipe Dos Santos is his opponent.
Not too familiar with
Jai
him.
Herbert's normally fun too. He's fought Ilya Taporia. It was early on when Taporia was rising. I think he actually has a knockdown over Taporia. But,
who, Dos Santos?
No, Herbert.
Oh.
Herbert, the fight right after.
Oh, Jai Herbert. Okay.
Okay.
Dos Santos fought Cop, Andre Lima. All right. Well, that's the prelims. Not a whole lot doing. This one should be starting at about 9 in the morning on the West Coast. Moving on to the main portion. Starting off with Nathaniel Wood versus Morgan Charrier. Featherweights. This is the dude that has the pirate style hair or whatever. Vucenic. Is this Jordan Vucenic? Vucenic? I don't know. Versus Chris Duncan. Molly McCann. No surprise to see her on this. Versus Estela Nunez. What are you doing? Gunnar Nelson versus Kevin Holland.
Kevin Holland, let's go.
Yeah.
He's back. The legend is back.
What are the odds on this fight? Probably Gunnar Nelson up, right?
You would think.
A little bit.
It's such a quick turnaround, yeah.
Man, Holland's 1-4 rather in his last 5. That's not good.
Look at Gunnar Nelson.
He looks like he's about to turn off his body cam and walk up to the car search.
Dude, Kevin Holland has to win this. But again, this is a quick turnaround. This is a quick turnaround for Holland.
It is.
He's like on the Muay Thai fighter schedule. Like he just fights every weekend. It seems like.
Oh, I'm on the wrong card. Just kidding. I was looking at the Fight Night 254, and I was like, man, what these fights don't look at all like what I'm expecting. Gunnar Nelson's from Iceland. All right, and moving up, co-main Jan Blachowicz versus Carlos Ulberg. 3rd and 6th at light heavyweight. Ulberg's on a tear.
This is a great fight, by the way.
Very.
It's important, but also just by itself, it's a great fight. Ulberg, like you said, is on a tear. This is the return of Blachowicz as well. I think he was out with a pretty serious injury that he had to have surgery for. But he's back and against a pretty on fire contender at the moment. This may be, the winner of this may get the next title shot, depending on what they do. Obviously, if Pereira gets the rematch or not.
I was thinking the same thing.
Title eliminator.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Ulberg been on a tear. He's knocked out a ton of guys, and he's fighting this is the biggest test of his career. If Blachowicz is, I don't remember what injury he had, but assuming he's still up in his not prime, but you know, if he's got his form about him, like this is one hell of a fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, it's just the hope of whether Blachowicz is healthy, if he's as healthy as he should be.
And I think
Yeah.
I believe he would be. He's had at his point in his career, like it's good to have as much rest as he had. A whole year where you're inactive isn't the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, and just keep
And he's one of
mild shape, mild training.
yeah, yeah, and he's one of these well-rounded guys where he's got a lot of options against Olberg. He doesn't have to come and just throw hands, right? Like his leg kicks outside of
Mm-hmm.
Pereira's are like the worst in the division. Like he goes like shin to shin on all his kicks. Like I mean,
Yeah.
the guy's insane, and he's like a pretty darn good wrestler too. So he's got a lot of ways he can approach this fight. If he's rusty in one area, he doesn't have to, he's not like stuck with that.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good fight. I feel like, depending on how he, obviously comes back from injury, but should be a good fight.
Moving up to the main event, Leon Edwards first at welterweight. He's fighting Sean Brady now, 5th. I didn't update this, but still, it's not that big of a change from Madalena at 4th to Sean Brady at 5th.
Yeah, this is still a good fight. Sean Brady is also, I mean, he's sort of in that same boat. This rising contender, sort of on a tear. I mean, he lost to Bilal, but Bilal's champion at the moment, so it's not, this isn't like a horrid loss. But man, I gotta tell you this. Leon Edwards better be training his takedown defense, just like he was against Usman, because Sean Brady, he's gonna throw, he's got good striking, and he's got an incredible gas tank. Sean Brady does not gas, so Leon Edwards better be working on a lot of things, cardio being one of them.
Cardio, how bad was that of a problem with it when he fought Bilal? Because Bilal was at a very strong pace throughout the entire thing. You gonna get a similar challenge?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
He
not sure if
will,
it'll be
but
like then, but
I mean, it'll be a different style. Like Jack Della is going to be, it's going to be at least in Leon's kind of court. It's going to be a striking match, whereas Bilal was just like running up against the cage, like he actually laid and prayed, gotten against Leon, right? Or it just maybe that's not giving him enough credit. He actually did do a really good job at intelligently wrestling and keeping Leon from having any sort of opportunity to get back into it, but it was like kind of a smothering pace.
yeah, and I mean, from Leon's side as well. I mean, he just had a loss against, Bilal Muhammad, who, I mean, he looked great in his title shot. So I mean, this just comes down to, does Leon still have something in the tank? Is he going to retire, or is he going to stick around? Is he still elite? I mean, this is his time to prove it. So, I mean, we're going to find out.
Oh, anything more for Fight Night?
I'm glad they actually put it like on a real UK time.
Yeah.
Like it's not it was like 5 a.m. last time.
People asleep in the crowd.
Yeah.
All right. And on the 23rd, this starts at midnight on the West Coast. So still Saturday night, I guess. 172 at the Saitama Super Arena in Saitama, Japan. I'm going to cherry pick on this one just because I don't know who all of these people are. But once we get towards the top, the name recognition starts to get pretty heavy. And that's going to start with Adriana Moraes versus Yuya Wakamatsu. That's flyweight MMA title fight. Jonathan DeBella for the interim kickboxing title at strawweight. I'm not going to try this last name, but Sam A. So that's fun. And now we're cooking here. Superlek versus Nabil Anane. Bantamweight Muay Thai title. Nabil's younger, but he's on a tear. He's really long and rangy. He knows how to fight using his physical attributes. And if you don't know who Superlek is at this point, like that's a you problem. Tawanchai is now fighting for the kickboxing title. Masaki no Iri is the opponent. And flyweight kickboxing, Takeru Segawa, he's a Japanese phenom, versus Rod Tang. And there you go. That's 172. That's it. Let's do this. You've been listening to The Ultimate Effin' Casuals, a Lux Media production. If you'd like to give your thoughts, or you need to let us know how terrible you think our takes are, you can duck us and text our anonymous line at 833-589-7637. If you want to stand on your business, send a voice message or send a voice note in WhatsApp, and we'll see if you're interesting enough to make the final cut of the show. 833-LUX-PODS. If you prefer to hit us up on social media, the account name is LVX Media Net, all one word. That's on YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky, all of that bullshit. If you can't find us, chances are we're not on it. A lot of stuff gets cut out from the final releases, so if you want the raw audio exactly as it's recorded, look us up on Patreon. LVX Media Net, just like everywhere else. Patreon's also where you could get some ad-free versions, as well as behind-the-scenes content. Even if you don't sign up on Patreon, you can still help us out if you check out our ad sponsors. Or you can leave a rating on whatever app you're listening on, would really help a lot. And last but not least, you can check out the new merch shop, and new stuff is going up all the time. That's shop.lux.b. The metal intros by Anders Janhunen, the jazzy intros by Afternoon, the outros by Middle of Nowhere Beats, and for more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lvxmedia.net. All right, so we're heading into Fight Night in London, 172. Parting words.
It's rest in peace, Alex Pereira, man. I honestly, if I was to bet, I'd say like the era is sort of over. If they do a rematch, if he KOs him, maybe it comes back, but I don't know. It's just not going to feel the same. I feel like. I mean, I'm still a fan.
Of course.
He's had a pretty legendary career, even with this loss. But yeah, sort of a lackluster performance.
Well, I'll take the white-pilled approach. I'll still say Chama. I think the odds of him coming back and winning this rematch are very high. I think all parties involved are going to want to make that fight. I think it'll happen probably this summer, and I think we'll be seeing Alex recrowned as champion. That's where he belongs, so I'm looking forward to it.
Good timeline.
I'm just looking for something good to happen. For listeners in the audience who may not know, I was a Dallas Mavericks fan up until this last month and change. So I just need some sports win to happen in my life, because it's not happening from my home city.
Well, this quote here is from a John Major. Don't know who that is, but recovery begins from the darkest moment. So that's what I got for Poetan.
Oh,
yeah.
That reminds me, Alex had this super hard quote, and it was like, don't confuse uncomfortability with hardship, or something like that.
Oh, don't confuse hardship with unhappiness.
That's what it was.
Yeah. He's got some bangers, man. I gotta say.
It's that Amazonian magic.
Yeah.
All right, that's gonna do it for this edition. Man, we'll see you on the other side of UFC Fight Night London.
Yep.